Oh yeah, we got a Fwiddle. And our most recent sub, ban Nairo. Alright. We'll do it. We'll respect what they wanted. And they can have the Fwiddle. It's going in the box anyways.
在视频下方的描述栏中可以找到额外学习字。
I have some great news for you guys. Nairo is banned.
I declare war on Russia!
Now, I don't want to jump the gun too much, but as far as right now, VGBC, one of the biggest broadcasters in Smash, has made a response to the video, and it's directly addressed to me. We'll get to that at the end. I just want to bring you guys up to speed with everything else that's happened this month. Out of the 2 tournament series that made a statement to unban Nairo, one of them, 2GG, doesn't even exist anymore, and the guy that runs the other one deactivated his Twitter account. I don't know if he's coming back, but, and 2 of the biggest commentators even made their own videos reacting to my video.
So it seems like Nairo got manipulated, though. That's the thing, though, bro. Like, he was 15, bro. Ain't no 15-year-old ever mixing me in life. You might mix me in the game, but you'll never mix me like that in life.
EE didn't really say much. He kind of just summarized the points that I made in my video without actually taking a stance. But then if you go into the replies, he states that he also thinks the 30-page document should be made public. Even with the bias there, because I know EE is one of Nairo's friends, I do appreciate him coming out and saying something like that. The person that runs Battle of BC, a very large tournament in Canada, responded to a question of me asking if he would allow Nairo at his events, and he just straight up said, LOL, not a chance I'd ever let Nairo at my events. Huge dubs to Dur for just answering the fucking question. You will see how that's relevant later. Even Nairo's graphic artist came out disavowing him because they actually read all the suspicious shit that people have been sweeping under the rug, which I think is a very reasonable response given the severity of the situation. But to fully understand VGBC's response and why they finally came out and said that Nairo's banned at their events, we have to look at what's going on at twitter.com. So I think it's time we read some of your comments.
Nah, bruh. I don't fuck with that take. This nigga ruined 3 careers by dough hunting. On phone them, I hate that people giving them out. I'm disappointed, bruh. Remember being 15? This little nigga knew what the fuck was up. It's wrong on both sides, and honestly say anything otherwise and you goofy as hell.
Well, out of all the adult hunting, only one of those guys got their dick sucked. I wonder if there were some kind of contributing factors that would have made that happen for him and not for every other adult he went after. Ah, fuck. I really can't think of it right now. I'm shooting blanks.
Anyone still looking to cause a fuss over the Nairo situation is just looking for attention or just hasn't grown up. No matter what homie did, he repented and he was forgiven by majority of the community.
Nah, this has to be like a word limit thing. He has to have clarified it further in the thread. It's not minor. He did fuck a minor, but even so, I'm willing to forgive him. Everybody fucks up, man. Sometimes big and sometimes small. The guy is a great dude besides the issues at hand. Oh, you mean the sex with a minor part? Really charitable, great at parties. He even chaperoned my daughter's middle school one time. Really nice guy if you just ignore the part where he had sex with a 15-year-old. But other than that, stand-up individual.
Well, hindsight's 20/20, and I'm sure if I asked you now what you do, you'd give me a list of answers, because that's what you spent Halloween doing. But if you were put in that situation, I don't think you'd know what to do or what actions to take, and I'm sure Nairo didn't.
Holy fuck. Nairo did know what to do. In his statement, he said it was wrong, said it was illegal, and then got strong-armed by a 15-year-old into putting his dick into his mouth. Now, the Smash community might look at that and say,
man, there's a lot of variables here. Hindsight's 20/20. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
If that's your thought process around every minor that you engage with, there's a very high chance that you may just be a child predator. This is from one of the mods on our Smash Bros that deletes all comments about the Nairo controversy.
That the entire community can make their voice heard by downvoting conspiracy theory out of visibility and constantly making reputations, and you can't accept their views so horrendously unpopular by not being based in reality. They keep bringing it up as being a result of censorship built from moderate arrogance, you Chad?
Yes, stop it, fucking Chad!
Imagine being a Reddit mod and thinking that the amount of upvotes you get is how valid your argument is. You're a fucking idiot.
I'm at the point with this whole ban Nairo shit where either Nairo prove he's innocent or he's guilty, just so I can stop getting Technical's recommended tweets or he can shut the fuck up.
Every time someone has said something like this pretending to be neutral, they are 100% a Nairo fan. Watch this.
Nairo, no, man! No! I'm sad! You were my favorite streamer! I can't! No!
For For those of you guys that aren't a 15-year-old Korean girl or terminally online, OTP means one true pairing. And this is fan art of a ship of Sue and Zach, the 15-year-old with a 23-year-old. But when you look at the replies, this is the official 2GG account saying, this can be the cover to the fanfic. Nah, there just ain't no way. You looked at that shit and said, I'ma hit send. You're telling me this is one of the two companies that reviewed his case and said, yeah, this shit sales, we're good, everything good?
I have seen exactly zero evidence without reasonable explanation that Nairo can be faulted for anything worse than having bad social skills.
Now, I don't really know Nairo, and if he is, someone please fill me in, but I don't think Nairo's autistic. And it's not a competition, but I also don't think he's more autistic than DeBuzz. We highlighted a lot of special individuals today, but I wanted to give some shine to some funny tweets that I also saw in this entire debacle. There's this clip posted by Foreskin Tim.
I clearly said, please leave me alone. Do not message me. What does she keep doing? She keeps messaging me and trying to get an older guy to come over here.
So it's her fault?
No, it's not.
Blame the victim.
It's not my fault. It's not her fault.
Not your fault, Rick. You kept going with the conversation.
And also a tweet from Mr. Fish that says,
Gimmer will now be announcing the Technicals rule, in which all black people found with hashtag #BanNairo merch will be gunned down on site. Don't worry though, this will be edited out of the VOD.
Okay, that's enough tweets. Time to get to what all of you guys have been waiting for. The statement from VGBC. You want to know why they made a Google Doc about harassment specifically addressed to me? Go ahead, take a guess. I'll even give you some time in the comments. Was it A, the YouTube video I released? B, they finally came to their senses? Or C, because Gimmer got ratioed on Twitter? It's C. It's C, dude. In the future, when I need a response from you or your team, I won't send you an email months in advance. I won't even DM you. I'll just get a bunch of people to ratio you on Twitter so you can drop a Google Doc. It seems that even when accusations are made by a notorious pot stirrer... Huh? Alright, that should be funny enough. We are guilty until proven innocent, even without credible evidence, and sometimes without any at all. Name calling in the first paragraph. Really? I thought I wasn't gonna get an immature reaction out of you, Apostle.
You're not gonna get an immature reaction out of us.
Each time we have tried to step up and give those answers, and when we do, we are admittedly met with gratitude, which makes it seem as if you have nothing to hide. It shouldn't be a big deal to address this. But what most folks don't realize, and really listen up here guys, because this is what you're not understanding, is that these attacks take a huge toll on us. They steal our time and resources, and they cause discourse in this community to become overwhelmingly toxic. Gimmer thinks you're stupid. He essentially just said in a ton of words, because responding would result in a ton of backlash and a loss of money, I don't want to give an answer. Of course, he only said it after sucking himself off, because if you read the first 4 paragraphs, they're attempting to emotionally prime the reader to believe that they, the company VGBC, are a victim of the big bad YouTuber Technicals. Imagine if right after I held up a #BanNairo sign at one of their events, they just came up to me and said,
Nairo's already banned. What are you doing?
I would have been like, oh, well, that was a waste of my time. Sorry to bother you. But out of all of the things they said to me in a 5-minute period, Nairo is already banned wasn't one of them. We hope our track record has shown that we always welcome community input. However, the line between constructive feedback and harassment of our team should not be crossed. Going forward, we want to establish a zero-tolerance policy regarding threats and harassment of our team. Gimmer, if this is how you treat someone with a platform, I can't imagine how much valid criticism you're ignoring from regular community members on a daily basis. Also, fair warning to anyone wanting to criticize these guys in the future, this new zero tolerance policy about vague harassment is absolutely going to be used to block anyone calling them out. Addressing the accusations. First and foremost, we want to emphasize that we never unbanned Nairo from our events, even after he was removed from the global ban database. If we ever reevaluate the ban, we will make an official announcement about it. This has been our stance for the last 2.5 years. Again, the GBD, before it was defunct, was only one of the tools we used in our decision making. The final decision of who is and who is not banned at VGBC events has always been up to us alone. Hey Gimmer, there's another tool you forgot to use. Your big boy words. I wonder if anyone told them to unban someone, you have to actually ban them in the first place. Their announcement was his ban being posted on the global ban database. So my question to the people at VGBC is, if you've expressed that this list is used to announce your bans, and that same list removes one of the most controversial figures in the entire community after a nationwide movement, don't you think it would be smart to condemn that? Ah, nah, of course not. Because as long as Gimmer's not getting ratioed on Twitter, everything checks out, boys. Woo! Go Nairo! Go Nairo! The same day that this statement was released, they emailed me to remind me that I'm banned from all of their events. Yet they ignored my email where I was asking about Nairo's ban status. They knew which email to respond to give me a pointless reminder, but they couldn't just answer my fucking email all the way in August. Yes! You're killing it, Gimmer! Yes! This is how you run a community! Additionally, in most cases, we officially announce approved restreamers of VGBC events, save for those who do not contact us in time. That said, we want to also mention we have exclusivity with Twitch, so all approved restreamers must do so on Twitch. So in short, we have not given Nairo permission to restream VGBC events. Yet he somehow restreamed several of their events, sometimes back to back, and he only stopped after the event I brought a ban Nairo sign that they censored after I confronted them about this very issue.
Shout outs to LTC for allowing me to stream it. Can we get more watch party streams? Yeah, I guess I should explain. I watched it off stream. I just wasn't sure if I was able to even stream it off the side, but then I knew I was able to without showing the actual stream. But I will try to get permission from other TOs and stuff if they are okay with it. If they are not okay with it and they want everyone to go to their stream, that's completely fine. I'm not gonna fight it or anything like that, obviously. True. This is a Gimmer event, so everything is a slingshot. When somebody SDs, it's a slingshot SD.
Gimmer also said he doesn't talk to Nairo at all.
You don't talk to him at all?
So unless he misspoke and wants to clarify there, he's also never asked Nairo to stop restreaming his events. But I'm sure that's just another pot stir, QAnon, 9/11, Tiananmen Square, 1989, Watergate, MK Ultra, Sissy Hypno activation baseless claim though, so let's go ahead and continue. When Technical started recording us at Double Down, he was already trespassing. In fact, he had already been banned and snuck back into the event with a disguise on. At that time, our priority was simply to engage with him as little as possible and to remove him from the premises. I'd like to mention how in this entire statement, they didn't even address that there was no security during the biggest match of the event. No metal detectors, no bag checks, and no surveillance whatsoever at the main entrance. The disguise was just for me. There's other events like Rise and Grind that had way better security on a budget compared to these bigger events ran by people like VGBC. Also, if your priority was to engage with me as little as possible, then why did you come up to me while I was already leaving, stop me right before the exit, and then watch me pull out my phone, hit record?
He's recording, he's trying to make a big deal out of this.
And then continue to talk with me for 5 minutes. You really fucking dropped the ball there, didn't you? You can even hear how dismissive I am in this conversation. I'm giving one-word responses.
We banned you from the event.
Okay. Are you done yet?
You know we have the right to tell you not to enter our event. Are you done?
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. I know, I was leaving before you stopped me.
There was a security guard that was already escorting me out.
Yeah, I was leaving. They were talking to me.
Come on.
All right.
Let's get going.
One of their staff already told me to leave.
Please leave the event.
Which I complied, and they stopped me. Why would you say something so verifiably false in this document while talking about baseless rumors when I literally have video evidence of you not doing what you're saying here? Holy fuck, the cream of the crop. We knew his claims and accusations were baseless, and giving him any attention would only validate his behavior. Unfortunately, he showed this to be true, as he continued to escalate the harassment after the event, based on the same false assumptions. We eventually decided to block Technicals on multiple accounts because he quote-tweeted Gimmer and claimed that we condone pedophilia. This, of course, caused even more harassment from his followers. If you're gonna sit here and bitch about false claims and false assumptions, at least quote me accurately. I didn't say you condone pedophilia, I said you condone sex with 15-year-olds because that's exactly what Nairo did, and that's exactly what you never condemned on your platform. So how is what I said inaccurate? Because if this was your stance the whole time, again, you would have just said, Nairo is already banned, and ruined my entire movement. I don't know how you're so convinced that you're the victim here. You never believe this guy is 33 years old. It is very frustrating how much traction all of this has received, especially since it seems so obviously in bad faith. While we are disappointed that we have to address this in response to so much direct harassment, as well as defamatory and slanderous claims, we hope that this statement not only helps in setting the record straight, but also reminds the community to please be careful when making assumptions and to never jump to immediate and/or constant harassment. We are better than that. Apparently not, because that's the only thing you respond to. I emailed you, I DM'd you, and you ghosted me. You ignored me, you saw the messages, and you chose not to respond. That was entirely your decision. Stop putting the blame on other people, stop putting the blame on me, and be a fucking adult, and just answer a question next time, instead of doing this weird-ass song and dance and dropping Google Docs. Smash players want you to forget Unban Nairo. They want you to forget that it trended #1 nationwide. They want you to forget all their favorite people promoted it. They want you to forget that they raised over $60,000 his first stream back. They want you to forget his unban from events. They want you to forget the misinformation they were spreading. And, most of all, they want you to forget they were responsible. A community that can't swallow their pride and admit their shortcomings is not worthy of anyone's respect. When people point and laugh and say, "Why do Smash players hate Steve? I thought they loved minors." I'm standing there laughing right along with them, because honestly, you deserve it. Backpedal and deny as they may, it seems now at least we can all agree on one thing. Ban Nairo. There's still a few stragglers, like the guy that runs the collision events who deactivated his account and is avoiding making a response, and the person who globally unbanned him in the first place, Cact, still has not made a response. So if anyone was planning to do anything with a sign or with a shirt, you know what events to look at. But if you enjoy the shirts anyways because they're swag as fuck and commemorate this epic own, go ahead and check that out in the link in the description. You're helping me out, you're helping the channel out, and you're helping the artist out because I'm actually giving him royalties on these line of shirts, the Ban Nairo one with the tune link and the statutory swag. The wealth is being shared. I'm redistributing the wealth. It's been a while, but if you enjoyed this saga and the sissification of an entire community, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Once again, thank you so much to all the patrons that have been supporting me throughout this entire fiasco. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm on to the next one.
Technical's on his way to defend another rapist. Sorry, I just thought that was funny. I don't actually care.
Oh my god, sexual abuse? Pog? What's up, everyone? Today we're gonna talk about the sexual allegation in the Smash community, but before that...
It's quality control on these niggas.
Maybach music.
Hey, fuck that nigga Nairo, that nigga fucking kids. If I catch that nigga, I'm gon' have to split his wig. Hey, fuck that nigga Nairo, that nigga he a bitch. He scared of tech, he gon' get that tech, nigga bet. He on the list, I put him on my hit list. This ain't just a diss bitch, he won't make it to Christmas.